I know, and I was working too. I was working
You
at
were
home.
working from home.
Bro, stop.
Physically go
Stop
in there.
hating. Stop hating. If you want to work from home, find a job you can work from home from.
Oh, okay.
Don't be hating, dude.
Quit your job.
Anywho, moving on. Um, I think is it this week? Look at
What's up?
we seeing these new Marvel series coming to Disney Plus. It's
So
like the 15th.
WandaVision drops on the 15th. That's the first one. And there's trailers out for it. All the trailers are more or less the same, save for like a few little tidbits. But I'm hyped because it's the first Marvel TV show we're getting on Disney Plus, and it's the first Marvel TV show we're getting that has the full funding and like that big Disney budget behind it, and the cast from the movies. So that's exciting because they had very loose connections in the Netflix Marvel shows, but they didn't want to have them too tied too closely together because Kevin Feige didn't make those and he wasn't making money off of those like that. So that's why we didn't get like cameos from characters in the movies on like the Netflix shows. But this has the full force of Disney behind it, and all these Marvel shows coming out are going to directly propel the story of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So there'll be things in these new shows on Disney Plus that will be referenced, and they'll things that'll matter when you go see some of the future movies. That's really exciting. And just the fact that like the major theory surrounding WandaVision right now is that it's going to be some reality altering type stuff. Uh,
Because
so I'm
Vision's
I'm
dead,
very
right?
yes
Looking at that
yes
picture, it looks like I Love Lucy almost. I'm
Right.
just
That's
saying.
exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this seems like it's gonna be some type of mixture of like a old school sitcom with
right.
like some
Well,
action
that's the
to it,
thing.
and like the trailer kind of
It
like
lo-
mimics that a little bit.
Yeah, so basically what they're doing is they're trying to set it up so that like nothing is as it seems. And if you look at like some of the promotional posters and art for WandaVision, as the release date gets closer, certain things in the promotional material changes. So that's kind of like the whole premise of this is nothing is as it seems, and I don't think we're gonna get like a
Is Selena Gomez
synopsis
gonna be in
or
here?
anything like that. Is what?
Nothing. I said Selena Gomez gonna be in here.
Oh my god.
Wizard of Waverly
uh,
Place status
but
reference. My bad. I'm sorry.
You see Kel pop up like,
but
hey.
Don't do him like
but
that.
nah, I I think it'll be dope. Um, honestly, like I've kind of had this new rule I've been giving myself regarding movies and TV shows in general over since like Logan came out, because a lot of the times they'll put a lot of like really spoiler heavy moments in trailers that'll like ruin your actual experience of watching the movie for the first time. So the rule I've given myself is I'm only gonna watch one trailer. I don't care how many trailers come out. I'm watching one. So I got to pick one at certain whatever point in time, and that's my one trailer for whatever that is.
Mm.
And then because I'm gonna watch it anyway, and why would I want to see half of whatever it is in the trailers? So I'm excited.
Where
I'm excited for all the shows,
yeah, I think it's gonna
especially
be.
for
I think it's gonna be pretty good to actually flesh out some of these characters a little bit more. Because for me, I do love Marvel, but at the same time, there's a lot of characters I'm unsure of. Like I don't really know, just because I haven't been like a super fan of the comic books and all that stuff. So I think it's gonna give us a decent opportunity to actually look into what these characters are all about.
See, the thing is, if they are going to be going in and trying to tie these shows to the movies, they better do it so that way you don't actually have to see these shows because not everyone has Disney Plus, unfortunately. So they may turn off some people from actually watching these Marvel shows if they continue to actually tie it all together. Oh no, you need to watch the TV show before you actually watch this movie, or it's not going to make sense,
Hmm.
in
I
my
mean,
opinion.
well,
At
there.
least.
I like that aspect of it. Like for instance, what was going on with Agents of Shield. Like I wasn't watching Agents of Shield like basically at all before Captain America came out. Captain 2 came out. Uh, I had watched the movie, and then I was like, okay, let me check out and see what's going on with Agents of Shield. Started watching the first season, second season came out, and then the tie-ins for it were just so awesome to me because I was like, oh, that was the dude that literally
Yeah.
came with the Hail Hydra, and he's going to the ship right now in a season. If I was on top of this and watching it all together, it would have just been happening with me all at the same time. I would have walked into the movie theater.
Well, see,
As
yeah,
soon as it
He's like,
happened,
I
did
could
very well
see.
with it.
oh, like I
I
would
could see.
They did that very well with Agents of Shield, but the thing is,
Mhm.
like, you don't have to watch Agents of Shield to watch all the other Avenger movies. They just
Yeah,
said, "Oh,
true.
hey, this happens in the background while Agents of Shield is also happening." He's like, "Oh, hey, this is right after Civil War, or this is right after Captain America 2." It's like those tie-ins are very, very well done. I agree, but if they say, "Oh, you have to watch WandaVision before you can watch X movie that's going to be released," 2
Yeah.
years from now,
I think,
then that might be causing issues for me, in my
but
opinion.
I would say like there's a large majority of people that really don't care about the story as far as how it ties in all together. Um,
Also true.
like people just go for the action and whatnot. Like I know there's a bunch of people that have no idea what Marvel's about. Like my mom's getting into it. She doesn't really know like all the backstory behind everything, but she really likes some of the movies. So for those people, I think it's gonna be fine. And then people that are super fans that do want to know the whole story, I'm pretty sure they're gonna buy it. They're gonna get Disney Plus for at least a month or so, binge watch
Yeah,
it.
most of them might even already have it, or
Yeah,
they got their friends, or they share one on account. I mean, let's be real.
yeah.
It's 2020,
So I think it'll be fun.
2021 at this point.
Uh,
Excuse me. People will share whatever
now I
subscription
do
that
have a
they want
question.
to do
I
that.
have a question for you, Jerry, specifically. Do you think if they keep releasing the Marvel movies on Disney Plus, because the next Marvel movie, if they're still going to do it in chronological order of like the movies they shot and they're releasing it, then Black Widow would still be next. So if they keep releasing the movies on Disney Plus on top of the shows, do you think that would incentivize more people to get Disney Plus? Because ideally, if you're paying $7.99 a month or $8.99 a month for whatever for Disney Plus, and you can watch whatever Marvel movies come out
As many
on
times
that
as you
app,
want.
yeah, as many times as you want, as opposed to going to the theater and paying like, $10, $15 to view it once. Do you think that would incentivize more people to get the app?
I mean, honestly, I don't really like with companies trying to just stick their own programming in their own network. I feel like
Yeah.
if Disney Plus would willingly share like their movies to like Amazon, where you can get it there for like I don't know, like $1.99 instead of having to go to a movie or something like that. If they strictly make it for Disney Plus, I might not even like it. Me personally, only because like for you to have a specific uh what are they called? Uh,
Streaming
like
service.
Like a
yeah,
monopoly
streaming service. Yes,
or a streaming
yeah.
service.
If you have a specific streaming service to watch a specific show, like for example, how I'm just using this as a for instance now because I'm a huge Office fan. For example, it's on Peacock now. I don't have Peacock to watch that because I was like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if Peacock's free or not, but like I was like, I'm gonna just hop Netflix over to Peacock because they have it. I just kind of feel like they picked it up because it was so popular, and they're like, "Oh, hey, we got the secret stuff that you never watched." Like,
We
because
got
it's
your
not going to take
drugs over
me to look
here.
at it, spending more money for just one show. I'm not going to do that. Now, if you say that you have like The Office, Parks and Recreation, Avatar: Last Airbender, I'm trying to look at my shelf, see all the movies I got. But you got all of One Piece, all that stuff. Like, yeah, maybe I'd want to get Peacock as well, because another thing about Disney Plus is like one of my other friends, he was super like he got Disney Plus because he wanted to watch these specific shows. One of them was the movie Mighty Ducks. He was really wanting to watch Mighty Ducks,
Solid movie.
but it wasn't released yet. And he was like, "It's like why do I even have this now?" It's like they announced it, but it's not available. What's not going on with that? So that's why streaming service. Just in my opinion, I don't just go for just one thing. So like
Yeah.
even though they just have Black Widow on there, I'm probably not gonna watch until I see it like on TV or on sale on Amazon for like $1.99 for renting.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I think that is a counter statement to that is it depends on the individual because you have people who will buy a whole system for a video game. I mean, I bought a Wii for Monster
Smash.
Hunter.
That is true, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
That is
So,
true.
That is
so
very
you know,
true.
That is
if
very
somebody
true.
said, "Hey, Monster Hunter is coming out on the such and such," we all like, "All right, let me check my funds to see if I can get that specific system."
I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make
Exactly.
It
So I think they have that concept, knowing that hey, if I keep up with Marvel, if I really consider myself a fan, no matter what it's on, I'm gonna go buy it. So
I guess that is true.
Mm.
I agree with that.
mm.
Word. What do you guys think
Especially
about?
since we're Monster there.
What do you guys think about this whole What If project? So
I don't know what to think of it. I didn't even look into it.
it's my first glance at it was pretty much it's just gonna dive into a bunch of different kind of like universes, alternate universes, different scenarios that might be popping up or could have popped up or things that like fans would think of.
That actually be pretty
Yeah.
interesting in my opinion. It'd be like the Animatrix, where different art styles, different animations. I would enjoy watching that, honestly.
mhm.
Now, I will say one thing, and this is like my one tidbit of knowledge I actually have about the What If series, is that Chadwick Boseman actually recorded several episodes for the What If series. So that'll be an interesting thing for people to know because I'm not sure a lot of people do know that.
Mhm.
So it's like
I
one
did
of the
hear
last
something
things he
about
worked
that,
on before he.
actually.
Yeah. So Chadwick Boseman did some voice acting for the series. I do think it's interesting. Now, there is a comic line that goes back, years and decades of the same name. There's a comic line called What If from Marvel, and it basically tells you stories like they had some that were released in the last 2 years where it was like, what if Flash Thompson got bit by the spider instead of Peter Parker, and what if Magic was Sorcerer Supreme instead of Doctor Strange and stuff like that. So, I think it'll be interesting because like the one I keep seeing for the Disney Plus one is Peggy Carter as Captain America,
Yeah.
and I think that's interesting because
Mhm.
it just kind of flips everything on its head.
I think a great way. I think this is a great marketing strategy. You can put a what if episode or a series out and see how the fans respond. And if they don't respond well, you can say, all right, well, let's try another what if. And then whatever they respond to best, now we can make it into a movie. For instance, what if the last fight with Thanos never really happened? It was just a thought or a dream. Now you can bring Iron Man back into the mix because he never died. You can start doing different things. Captain America never got old. You can bring him back because fans want to. But it's all a marketing strategy. All right. What if we have a black Captain America? All right. How does the audience respond to that? Oh, they like it. All right. Let's keep it going this way. What if a new person became T'Challa or Black Panther? Let's see how they respond.
Mhm.
So I think it's a great marketing tool to see and safely gauge where they want to go with the series and moving forward.
Yeah. I definitely didn't think about it that way, but that's definitely a good point. Do you think they'll be able to or willing to create to actually build that out? For instance, if they had like a black, well, I don't want to say that because they're already kind of making a black Captain America.
Oh, but that Falcon was Black Captain America.
Yeah, that's what
For-
I'm saying.
That is
Yeah.
a true thing.
Yeah,
that already
but like
happened.
in the instance
he
of
was Captain America. He was Captain, not Black Captain America.
he's
He
not
was Captain
he's not
Just
African
normal.
America.
Sorry. He is Captain
He's our America. He's our America.
But do you think they're willing to build
Not
out
Captain
a
America.
Peggy Captain
Yeah.
America?
Because at the end of the day, again, it's a safe move. We have the money. Look at what they're buying out. They're making. We want a company. We're gonna buy it out outright. We have the money to make mistakes, and that money's gonna remake its own money. So they have. You ever hear that saying? Oh man, it sounds like DFO. You got to spend money to make money.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. But that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying, okay, let's throw Peggy out there. Let's see if any fish bite. And if no fish bite, all right, well, let's reel it back in. We have money to throw at the camera. It's not a loss for us. So yeah, I think they're definitely going that route. They're willing to crack a few eggs before they make an omelet. Avengers 2 reference there, people. Come on, work with me. All right, go ahead.
Cool. Is there anything you guys are willing to or wanting to see specifically?
Like you talking about in terms of what if, or
Yeah,
just like
like
in series?
if you guys have any what if theories that you guys would like to see play out.
I don't really have any specifically, just because like I read the comics as well, and there's been like Peggy as Captain America has been done in the comics, but it's always been like an alternate timeline or like an alternate future type deal. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? There's a character in the comics called Danielle Cage, who is the daughter of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and there's a future where she grows up to be Captain America. So there's a bunch of characters who've taken on this mantle for different reasons for different periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it'll be interesting to see what they come up with, and whether or not they decide to do more original stories for the show, or whether or not they decide to pull more from the comics. That's what I'm more curious about. So.
I would like to see a what if Hydra was actually good.
Shield was. What if Shield was
Shield
wrong?
was bad and Hydra was good.
That would be interesting. I think what I want to see is them bring in new characters. Go pretty far fetched, especially with today's technology, to bring in. Again, we have the rights to mutants now. So what if and bring a mutant in, or mutants in general into the picture?
If our first introduction to MCU mutants is in a Disney Plus show, I will cancel my subscription right there.
But
He's like, it is over.
But
I'm
again,
done with this. It
all
is
right.
over
So
now.
here's the counter to that. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
want them to be introduced, and Disney, who already has the right to them, in a small portion, and say, okay, I don't like this small portion, I don't want to eat it, and compared to them saying, all right, here's a whole here's a whole platform of feast, and all of it you're allergic to. So what I'm saying is, instead of them coming out with 5 or 10 movies, and you're saying I don't like it, let them come out with small portions and say, how do you respond to Nightcrawler? How do you respond to Cyclops making it on the scene? How do you respond to this person on the scene? So I'd rather them give it to us in small portions, see what we like, and then say, all right, this is what the fans want, based off of the What If series, and let's blow it on big screen.
Agree with you to a certain extent, and they are planning to do that in a certain way. Kevin Feige already said that he's not planning on doing a mainline X-Men movie for a while, because he wants people to forget about the Fox X-Men movies that they already did. So they're going to do like Fantastic Four first, and basically what they're pretty much, the rumor is that they're going to sprinkle mutants in these other TV shows and movies. And like the rumor is that Storm was supposed to make an appearance in Black Panther 2. I don't know how true that is, because with Chadwick Boseman passing and them not recasting T'Challa, that's a story thread like that. Like T'Challa being in Black Panther 2 is a plot thread that you can use to introduce Storm because of their relationship. And if T'Challa isn't going to be in the movie anymore, now you got to find like a more convoluted way to bring Storm into the picture. Like in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, in the set photos, there is a flag for the country of Madripoor, which in the comics is where like Wolverine goes to hang out in disguise. It's like an island full of criminals and whatnot, where like Mystique and a whole bunch of villains hang out. So the flag for Madripoor being in the photos of Falcon and Winter Soldier gets me hella hype, and for 2 reasons. One, because it's a direct reference to something that's in X-Men, and 2, I want to say it was on Twitter or something, but one of the MCU account, I don't know if it was like Marvel or whatever, but the MCU put out like a series of tweets basically detailing the Weapon Plus program, which is the super soldier program that Captain America and Wolverine are both a part of. Captain America was Weapon 1, and Wolverine is Weapon 10, which is why it's an X, because it's Roman numerals. So they've confirmed the existence of the Weapon Plus program in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we just have to figure out where Wolverine fits in the timeline. And now they're bringing Madripoor in. There's a theory that with like WandaVision and like Doctor Strange 2, we're gonna get like some type of reality altering stuff for the promotion for WandaVision. Like months ago, Elizabeth Olsen, who's the actress that plays her, she did a commercial where she referenced the no more, like the House of M storyline, where she says no more mutants, and you know she basically wishes most of mutants out of existence. And so the fact that they directly reference that comic line, that storyline, has me thinking that they're going to do something similar, but instead of erasing mutants, they're going to wish mutants into existence. So they're kind of teasing mutants a little bit in like all these different areas already without an X-Men movie. I don't want them to mess up like the main cast. You know what I mean? If you mess up like Nightcrawler or Toad or like, you know, Banshee or like somebody like that, I'll be cool. But you can't mess up Cyclops, you can't mess up Storm, you can't mess up like Wolverine or
Well,
What do you
message.
mean by messing up
Yeah.
Nightcrawler? So, like, are you
I
talking
was
about
about to
their
say-
look or their character? Like, what are you talking about? Because I remember
Stefan.
we had a Nightcrawler who, well, it wasn't, who was it? Was it Nightcrawler in that movie? I might be confusing.
X2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the X2 Nightcrawler was pretty decent, but like he couldn't control his powers for such a long time until, you know, I can't even talk about X2. X2.
I don't see them messing
X2 was
up.
the best.
Wait,
X,
he was the best
what
of the
hap-
first three.
What happened at the end of X2 is what bothered me because
Oh, you talking about with Phoenix?
Yeah, that's fair.
of who I am.
Oh.
Yeah. We're not gonna go into this Cyclops slander that y'all want.
I personally like to see
That was
them
in the
get.
third movie.
That happened. He didn't make it to the third.
That's
But
actually-
continue on.
All right.
Personally, I like to see them make a darker series, because you know that's what Marvel is, especially in the comic books. You see people die, you see these crazy things happen. Me personally, I want to see something a little darker, maybe even on the level of Logan. Something that dark.
What happened to that dark X-Men movie that was supposed to be coming out? Like it's not only spinoff.
X-Men.
Talk about New Mutants.
New Mutants.
Talk about New Mutants.
Yeah, what happened with that?
It's
What's up?
it's out. It's been out
Oh, I
since
didn't know
the summer.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I didn't know
that's because the reason why that movie didn't get a lot of marketing push is because it's the last X-Men movie that Fox made before it got bought by Disney.
Okay.
So Disney had something to fit from that movie not doing well. And they basically stopped all the production. They reshot the ending of the movie because they said it was too similar to the ending of Captain Marvel. No, not I'm thinking about Dark Phoenix. I'm thinking about Dark Phoenix.
I ain't seen that movie. I gotta check them both.
but-
I was about to say I didn't even see Dark Phoenix.
It was alright.
Yeah.
Dark
It's okay.
Phoenix and
I don't want to get into it, but it's
Dark
alright.
Dark
Well,
Phoenix and sorry, I just one more like Dark Phoenix.
No, I
and
was
New
gonna help
Mutants
you.
Oh, sorry. I'm
No.
sorry.
Yeah, because I was gonna help you
I'm
catch your
talking
thought
too
because it
much.
looked like you were struggling. I think what you told me before, what they did with New Mutants, they reshot because they thought it was too much of a horror-based movie. They were trying to make it more actiony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a horror movie from what I remember.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to go for at first, and then when it was completed, everything said and done, I remember you saying that they were gonna have them. They had them reshoot the movie to make it seem more like an action movie.
Mm.
It's too much of a horror-based.
Yeah, they wanted the tone to be lighter.
Yeah.